Hey guys, it's Wendy, and guess where I'm at? Houston! We are in my hometown, born and raised, H-Town. I don't know what else we say. Go Texans, yay! But I am here today and for the next couple of days to show you my favorite matcha places in Houston. And they are a combination of good vibes and great matcha. So I'm gonna show you 10 favorite spots, and I'm gonna rate them from my least favorite, although still a favorite, to my most favorite. So let's go check them out. Just like my last vlog, you will see that I'm gonna order my original iced matcha latte with oat milk and just a little bit of honey. If the place has like some sort of signature drink, I'll go ahead and try it because why not? But for the most part, I will be just sticking to my classic original order. All right, let's go. Test. Solid. I love how, I don't even know how to describe it, just tastes very smooth. It's not like super bitter at all, and the hint of sweetness is perfect for me. I don't feel super overwhelmed. I don't feel like, you know, when you drink coffee it's like attack, wake up, you know. I feel like Blendon's coffee is just like good morning sunshine. But great solid matcha. If you are ever in Houston, you can get your matcha at Blendon here on Allen Parkway or on 90, which is in Sugarland. So it's a little bit further away, but still very solid. Vibe check. If you need a place that is super serene, calm, somewhere for you to just read a book or hang out with a friend, I definitely recommend checking out Blendon just because it's a great vibe. You know, you want to come here. The architecture is really nice. The aesthetic is super cool. You can tell that the owner really did pour in their heart and soul into the matcha, coffee, and the aesthetic of the place. Okay, before we go to our second spot, I have to do a little outfit of the day. I got this blazer from a thrift shop. I've had it for a couple of years now, and I love to wear it in the cold weather and in the warmer weathers. It's just a really good piece to layer over anything, basically. And I got this vest. It's sleeveless fur from Anthropologie. It's just a really good oversized vest. I love it so much. Got these jeans from Goo, which is only in Japan and New York. So next time I go to New York or Japan, you know I'm going to be doing a haul there. Shoes are actually from Merrell. They are trail shoes, so kind of not really supposed to be wearing them, but they're so comfortable, and I think they're a little cute. I mean, I don't know, do you think they're cute? Let me know in the comments below. My feelings will not get hurt. And finally, I got my purse from Paris, the CDG airport. It is a Longchamp bag. I use it as my work purse, so I have my laptop and a couple of journals in there. And honestly, it's just so cute, and it goes well with all of my outfits. All right, let's go to spot number 2. Okay, literally 2 seconds ago, the hair was my hair was in my face, and now it's like nothing is happening. What is life? Can I do a nice matcha latte, please? With honey and oat milk. Okay, is this ASMR? Can you hear it? No, it's too chaotic. Okay. Hold on, I literally have such a knot in my neck right now, and doing that was not good. Okay, so Duo Houston, its second location just opened in Autry Park, and honestly, vibes 1,000% there. Like, the music is great, there's plenty of seating. Woo! Chilly. There's plenty of seating. The staff is so kind. They are always going to try to have a conversation with you, which is really welcoming. You know, I'm not going to lie, the matcha, not the best. It is good, but not the best. And it kind of hurts to say that, but you know, I do have to be honest with you. If you are going to come and you're going to try out Duo, know that there are going to be better places that I'm showing you right now. Granted, their coffee is good. I've had it. Their iced vanilla lattes, very yummy. And their, I think it's a hibiscus black tea. Their hibiscus black tea is so delicious. I get it unsweetened. It's so good. So if you just want to, you know, get a really good vibey spot, check out Duo. You're gonna like it, no regrets. Okay, so we are gonna go to our third place, and I'm so excited to show you this spot because, well, you know, let me just take you there. The wrong freaking Einspanner. I was supposed to get matcha. I'm like dying on the inside right now. Okay, well, clearly this is my mistake. So I'm gonna go back and order a matcha Einspanner. So I'm glad Matt is here with me so he can drink it. Probably not, but. Double caffeine by accident. Okay, here we are. Einspanner time.
I'll taste it.
Okay.
I'll taste it.
Give your honest review, because I know I messed up. And do you want to just talk about how you like your coffee? That way people will know whenever you're giving that review.
I like my coffee black. I don't think you need all this to enjoy your caffeine. So I'm just gonna sip it. But I think your choices on matcha are amazing.
Thank you.
I think the Einspanner for matcha should be great, but I don't know what an Einspanner.
An Einspanner basically is a shot of espresso with heavy whipping cream, and it kind of is like, think of like an affogato, but it's heavy whipping cream, so it's like very thick drink. And every time you take a sip, this is my favorite part, you don't know whether you're having the cream or the matcha, so it's like, what am I gonna sip? I don't know. So it just excites me. But anyways, I'm so excited.
Let me take a sip of mine so you can talk about yours.
Okay. Big sip.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a liquid tiramisu,
Yummy.
but I don't enjoy it. But that's what it tastes like, a tiramisu. I love tiramisu. I am not a fan of this. I don't think I would ever order it. But then again, I am black coffee for the most part, or Americanos, espresso, straight water, like straight hot water. So I don't add too much.
You know what? Just because you said it tastes like a tiramisu, I'm content.
Yeah.
Content. Not
Are you?
content. Un café. Matcha Einspanner. Give it a go. So good. I got the perfect mix of cream and matcha. I am so happy. I already know I love Un Café because of the matcha, but the vibes are so great too. The employees are so kind. The owner is also usually there, and he's always greeting everyone, making sure that everyone is having a great time at his cafe. And they also sell wine, so you know, if you go in the morning, you can get your little matcha, but then in the evening, you know, if you want to be classy and wind down, haha, see what I did there? Yeah, you can just get a bottle of wine. And I love Un Cafe. Anytime you're in Houston, anytime you're in downtown, go ahead and get that matcha Einspanner, and you will not regret it. And just send me a DM, be like, hey, I got the Einspanner, my life has changed. That is the end of day one of exploring coffee shops for either matcha or vibes.
Cheers to the tiramisu.
Okay, so I was having audio issues here, and basically it is day two of matcha and vibes. So what we're gonna do is check out Tenfold, and Tenfold actually has two locations. One of them is in the Heights and the other is in downtown. So it's gonna be a really good matcha day. I know it because I already recorded it. So let's do it. Latte with oat milk and honey, please. I happened to find a seating area by the booth, so I'm just gonna hang out here while I wait for my matcha. After this, I'm gonna meet up with a friend. We're going to Emma, and we're actually gonna have lunch there, but they do have matcha, so we'll talk about that when we get there. Outside in the patio. It is literally perfect outside. I'm not a cold weather girly, but this weather just, I don't know, it's like bringing up my mood or something. I don't know why we are here drinking iced matchas, also in like the coldest day in Houston, but I can't see myself drinking like anything hot unless I have to, you know? But anyways, we are outside. A lot of people are hanging out here too. I mean, it's kind of obvious because it's so packed inside. Like, I feel like I don't even have to rate the vibes at Tenfold because, like, it's just great. You know, I did not have to go get my coffee. No one called my name. They just came up to me and gave it to me, which I kind of was like gonna get up anyways, and I saw him coming my direction, so it took me a little bit by surprise. But yeah, so the matcha, great. Like, there's, I feel like it's up there, you know. If I'm gonna rate 1 to 10, it's gonna be in the top 5 for sure. So again, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let me know in the comments below which one you think is going to be my #1 top matcha spot in Houston so far. And yeah, we are ready to eat. I'm so hungry, so let's go to our next place. Okay guys, let's do a quick outfit of the day. This is my outfit of the day. My top is Lululemon. I actually wear it more than when I wear it to work out, so my bad. My first layer jacket is from Goo. It's actually a rain jacket, and I was wearing it before my workout, and I realized, hey, it's still cold, so I gotta bundle up some more. My second layer is actually from General Store, which is technically thrifted. It's like, I forgot what it's called, but it's like this army jacket that has like the holes. Do you see the hole? My jeans are rag and bone. I wear these all the time. I need to buy a new pair. I literally was thinking about that this week. It's time for me to get a new pair because I wear them way too often. And finally, my boots are from Steve Madden. Didn't think I was going to be wearing it this season, but here we are. Like, I need more boots, so maybe we need to do some boot shopping. And finally, I got this tote from Reformation. It is technically that free tote that you get whenever you shop. And my old one was getting really old, so we got a new one. Alright guys, let's go. I'm hungry. We just got done having lunch at Emma. It was so good. I really wanted to be like a healthy girl, you know, and order like a salad. No, order chicharron, like with beans, grilled onions, tortilla. Like, I went complete opposite of what I thought I was gonna get. But it was so good. I feel like that was the best entree that I've had at Emma, so I am really glad I got it. Not a bad decision, but hey, you know, it's a cheap meal. I did get my horchata matcha. So good. I feel like the horchata taste is not overwhelming or overpowering, and the amount of cinnamon was perfect for me, at least. And I had the horchata matcha. So good. The horchata itself is perfect. Doesn't taste super overwhelming. It's not super sweet, and it has a touch of cinnamon. And because of that horchata matcha, when I make it at home, I add a little bit of cinnamon, and just makes like something different to the ingredients, where it just tastes so much better. That is all thanks to Emma, because that restaurant and that matcha is so good. If you are in the Heights, Emma is your place to go for lunch and for your caffeine kick. We're now going to the third location for today. We are going to get a coconut matcha. So let's go ahead and get it. It is popping in here. I secured my cocoa matcha latte iced. I got it 50% sweet because, you know, it does tend to get a little too sweet for me. But let's get in the car and let's do a taste test. I discovered this place because I was going from one job site to another, and I just needed like matcha or a caffeine boost. So I literally just looked it up on Google and it was on my way. So every time I'm around this area, I make sure I just get my lid drip as it is part of my commute. So I discovered the matcha cocoa latte because I just found it on the menu. Duh, okay, of course. So the one thing that I should have gotten was like a straw so I could shake it up. And I do recommend to start drinking this half sweet, and then like you can kind of discover whether you want it to be sweeter or not. So just if you are gonna get something from Lid Drip, I recommend you get. Look at how cute their label and their branding is. Like, look at this, caffeinated society. Can you read this? I don't know. Serving size, small but feisty. Oh, relatable. Caffeine, 1,200%. That's how I feel right now because I'm on my third matcha for the day. Like, I'm gonna have to go through a detox after this week. Yeah, because you know, I'm having too much caffeine. Literally, I didn't even tell you this, but my caffeine intake is usually a matcha or a coffee. When I say coffee, I'm talking like 1/4 of a cup. Unless I'm gonna go for a run, I'm not gonna drink any more coffee or caffeine. And then in the middle of the day, once it's like 2 or 3, then I'll do a green tea and I'm done. No more caffeine for the day. But now, third matcha of the day, y'all. All right, let's get this tasting. The only thing I do regret is that I didn't stir it up properly when I could have. So, cheers. Yummy. This is the only coconut-based matcha that I've ever had, and because I've had this one, when I go to another place and they offer the coconut milk matcha, and then I'm just like, I know how it tastes like. Do I want it? I usually don't get it, but it's good. It's good, y'all. The next popular item on the menu is the strawberry matcha. I've had so much strawberry matcha. I made my own syrup for such a long time that I will say I did get a little tired of it. So that's why I opted out and I went for something a little different, which is this cocoa matcha latte. Yummy. Oh my gosh. I love like the coconut aftertaste too. And you'll see me the whole time. Great. Need to clean my car now. You'll see me the whole time just shaking. Does anyone care about ice whenever they get their caffeine? Because I do. Every time I see like good block of ice, like the one from Tenfold, I'm just like, man, that is some good ice right there. I want to start getting into ice at home. I don't know, maybe like an ice trap, like an ice machine. Maybe I'll buy an ice machine or just get different like ice cubes. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing at home now. Today was super busy. The line was out the door. All the tables were filled, and you know, people were just like calling out orders and orders and orders. So that's always really exciting to see for a business in Houston, because you always want to wish any business the most success. So very exciting. I think a place like this needs to be like in a travel bucket list, you know, like a cool matcha shop. You can get different vibes, but this one itself, it's just like super quaint. It's in Chinatown, so you can eat something around here like Fufu Cafe and then grab a matcha, you know. And that is it for day 2 of our Matcha and Vibes in Houston, Texas. We have checked out 6 places, and in just a bit, day 3 will roll around, and we're just gonna get closer to which location is my favorite. Oh my gosh. Are you like super excited? Because I'm so excited. I already know what my number 1 is, but I'm just gonna contain it. All right, y'all. Cheers. Hey guys, it is day 3 of showing you my favorite coffee shops with matcha and good vibes. So right now we are actually in Sugarland, which is a couple of minutes away from Houston, but it is still home. So I want to show you where, if you are in the outskirts of Houston, where you should get some matcha. Let's go. Our matcha and hojicha. I hope I said that right.
Technically, I think hojicha is matcha, no? So we got matcha and matcha.
Matcha and matcha. If I could explain a real authentic iced Japanese matcha, this is it. And I literally have it not even 15 minutes away from my house. The fact that I can get this drink every day if I want to, and it's so accessible to me, is honestly a privilege. Wow, I can't believe I said that. But this matcha is so good. I do ask for an original, a Wendy original, so it's with oat milk and honey. And man, this will power me through a whole day and a half. Like literally the amount of caffeine in here. I don't know what they do to it. I don't know what's different about it. I probably should, but it's just amazing matcha. You could tell that they sourced this properly. If you are trying matcha for the first time, I recommend that you go to Kohiko and try a matcha because this is how it should taste. Let's do a vibe check. Whenever you walk into Kohiko, you automatically feel like you're in a different world. The baristas are super kind. Yeah, the music is so good. If you want to hang out with your friends, I definitely recommend you checking this place out. Or if you have to do some work, they have individual cubbies as well. The baristas are super kind, and Nick, the owner, is always there greeting you and asking how your day is going. And you even, for the most part, have like a full-on conversation with him, even though he's running a whole operation. So we are really big fans of Kohiko. We wake up in the morning and we're like, Kohiko time? Let's do it. So I feel really privileged that Kohiko is just a couple of minutes away from my house, because this matcha, this like brings me to life. And so is just going into Kohiko to get, you know, my little boost. So if you are in Houston and you don't mind taking just a little bit further of a drive for this matcha, I highly recommend you do so.
So as we were getting ready to head out, again, she mentioned how nice of an owner Nick is. When he found out that we had never tried the hojicha, which is this drink right here, he was like, what? Like, that's our matcha. Like, that's the one that everyone comes in for. And Wendy always goes for the classic. So he just offered up a hojicha, and he made it for us as we were heading out. And I am not a matcha person. I think I've made that very clear. But I personally really love this. It's only 40 milligrams of caffeine versus the 180 or so.
20.
Or
80 to 120.
Yeah, fact check that. Or don't fact check it. Just take my word for it. But yeah, this hojicha is amazing. The vibes are amazing. Nick does a phenomenal job owning the spot, and I would recommend that you take the trip outside of the inner loop of Houston and come out this way for this coffee, because honest to God, it is worth it. And I don't say that about a lot of other places, so it's totally a great time.
Yes, it is.
All right, on to the next spot.
Woo!
Arrangement, rearrangement, you can cut and paste me out. You can train me, you can tame me, but
So we made it all the way to the energy corridor. We're gonna try out Macha Mia. It's been on my list of places to go to, so I'm excited that I'm gonna try it out for the first time with you. Let's go. Just ordered coconut cream matcha over here at Macha Mia in the energy corridor. And the reason why I ordered the coconut cream matcha is because it had a little heart, which meant that it was a customer favorite. Oh no, the wind! Let's wait. This season I'm really liking coconut cream or coconut matcha in general, so I decided to go and try it. Tastes really good. It is definitely more on the sweeter side for, I think, obvious reasons, because it is coconut cream and coconut itself is already sweet. So, big fan of the matcha, really satisfied. I'm glad that I tried it for the first time, and if I'm in this area, I will definitely get it. I think the vibes here is super cute. It's really like girly. There is food. There are options of getting some sort of yogurt bowls or even frozen yogurt. So if you're hungry, I definitely recommend you grabbing a bite and getting your matcha here. So if you want to just check it out and get something to eat, then go ahead and check out Macha Mia. To me is a Houston staple. I feel like a lot of people go for their amazing coffee and their food and their matchas, their teas. So one, if you're visiting Houston, check it out. But two, if you're a local native, I'm pretty sure you've been to Blacksmith to either meet up with a friend or do some work. But I love the aesthetic there. It gives it like this Houston homey feel. Well, not homey like homey, but just like homey, like cozy. Blacksmith is always a solid choice whenever you are thinking about a place for matcha or coffee. All right, on to our next spot. and I had my matcha already. I got the honey and oat matcha latte, which is a classic Wendy go-to, and it is in their menu, so of course had to get it. I love this matcha because they actually source it from Japan. It is organic and ceremonial grade, so you know you're getting good quality matcha when you go to Eden. Eden is also located inside the Post, which is a food hall, concert hall, and it has a museum/club in here too. So if you want to get some food, if you want to go to a museum, etc., just don't forget to grab your matcha whenever you're here. And apart from it being a coffee shop, they also sell plants. So if you need to get yourself a new plant, you know where to go to. Okay guys, the moment is finally here. I'm going to tell you where my favorite matcha places are in Houston. This is so hard for me. Like, I've been thinking about this for such a long time. So, okay, here we go. Okay, at number 10, we have Duo in Autry Park. Duo is a very solid place for you to work, and it's great with the aesthetics, but the matcha, it's not there yet. Can it get there? Yes. But is it there? No. But I am still going to be going there just because their tea is good, their coffee is good, and it's a really great place to hang out. At number 9, we have Macha Mia. Macha Mia is good, but it's not great. I will say the difference between 9 and 10, there's a huge gap, but I'm not going to be recommending Macha Mia if you're like, hey, where should I go for matcha today? That's not gonna be like the first place that I check out, but it is a good place for you to, get an Instagram photo and pose with your matcha. At number 8 is Eden. I put Eden at number 8 because one, location. Parking is a little difficult because you have to pay to park and you have to walk a long distance. And the matcha itself, although it is ceremonial grade, I kind of tend to focus on the honey, and that taste is not really my favorite. Do I love it? Yes. And that's why I put it at number 8, just because there are other matchas that have just a little bit more of a different flavor when it comes to the honey. At number 7 is Le Drip. Although I love Le Drip, I'm not gonna automatically want a coconut matcha latte whenever I'm ordering something or whenever I think of matcha. The ratio is good and the sweetness is perfect, but do I want a coconut latte every day? Probably not. But again, as you saw in the video earlier, Le Drip is always super busy, so you are missing out if you don't check it out. At number 6 is Emma. I love Emma because of the food and the matcha. And the only reason I put it at number 6 is because the sweetness was just a little bit too much for me. I'm not really a fan of horchata itself, but whenever it's mixed in with matcha, it's a game changer. So having that combination just makes it feel like I'm kind of drinking something at home or in Mexico City. But the sweetness is just a little bit too much for me. At the end of the day, if you're gonna have a Mexican-inspired matcha, Emma is it. Number 5, I put Tenfold. Tenfold matcha is solid. It is so consistent every time I go. The ratio of honey to oat milk to matcha is always super consistent. So whenever I think about it as number 5, oh gosh, it just kind of hurts because it is so good. So if you're looking for a solid, consistent matcha, Tenfold is it. Number 4, we have Blendin. I will say I go to Blendin the most out of all of these coffee shops. So putting it on number 4 isn't just because of the taste of the matcha, it's also because of the experience. Although the staff is super kind and they are very consistent with their drinks, I will say that just sometimes the customer service is not up to par. And that when I say up to par, they are great, but it's just not up to par as the ones that I'm just about to rank from 1 to 3. And the fact that there are 2 locations, there's one out of the loop and one in the loop, is just a bonus for me. Number 3, oh my gosh, y'all have, I don't know if you saw how excited I was about getting the Einspanner at Un Cafe. It is so good. I love the fact that I sometimes get, like I said earlier in the video, I don't know if I'm gonna get some cream or I'm gonna get some matcha, but just taking a sip, I don't know, it's just a whole different experience. I've even had 2 Einspanners back to back, and the only reason I did it was because it was just so delicious. So if you are in Houston, check out Un Cafe for an Einspanner. You will not be disappointed. We're down to the top 2 of my favorite matcha spots. Okay, I was going back and forth, and I will explain as to why I picked number 2. At number 2, we have Kohiko. Kohiko.
You put Kohiko too?
I put Kohiko at 2. I know, and I'll explain. It was so hard to pick between number 1 and number 2 because Kohiko has great hospitality, their matcha is top notch, their coffee is so good, and we leave like we have a great experience every single time. And the matcha itself, oh my gosh, I crave it almost every day. As you know it, number 1 is Blacksmith. And the reason why I picked Blacksmith as number 1 is because that was the first matcha I've ever had in Houston. And that was the first matcha that I have ever experimented. Do I like oat? Do I like honey? Do I like vanilla? Do I just want to order it plain, only whole milk? Blacksmith was the place to go every time I wanted a matcha. And they have expanded their menu, so I got the Birds of Paradise this time, and honestly, so delicious. So Blacksmith is number 1 because it just takes me back to day 1 whenever I didn't know what matcha was and why I love matcha. All right, guys, that is the end of the vlog. I want to know from you, if you have a favorite matcha shop that is on this list, please let me know, because you know we're in sync. And 2, if there's something that I'm missing, oh my gosh, I would love to check it out. So let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite matcha shop. By the way, I'm posting weekly, so be sure to subscribe so you can be up to date and you don't miss out on any video. I'll see you next time.